people, good afternoon. I know we're late. I'm clear that we're late. So when you get on, say hello because I showed up late today in comparison to when we're usually on. We're usually on around 10 o'clock in the morning. I know that that is the time that you are accustomed to seeing us on. Today, we had to change the script a little bit. And a part of what you're going to have to learn in 2024 is how to pivot, how to make shifts, how to make sudden changes. Because if you don't do that, if you're stuck in the old way of doing things, then you're never ever going to see the level of success that you genuinely want to see. So, good afternoon to you, Facebook user. Uh, Let me just ask a question of y'all. When y'all know y'all coming on, you know I want to put some respect on your name. I have no idea why you guys still do not let StreamYard know who are you running from the law? Do you have a warrant? Like if that's the case, just let us know. We'll leave you alone. But if you don't have a warrant, if you're not running from the law, if you're not functioning under an alias, something like that, then allow StreamYard to tell us who is rocking out with us. We want to put some respect on your name, particularly as Black men who are traditionally disrespected by this society. This is the one place where you'll get a chance to come to and always be respected, always feel respected, always be honored. This is that spot, this is that place. And we want to put some respect on your name. So the Facebook user that said good afternoon, please tell us who you are so that we can say hello to you and officially honor your name. Leroy has joined us. Dr. Leroy Mckenzie Jr. has joined us in a green Grinch hoodie. So as much as he smiles and laughs and is a jovial person, I guess today he has decided to be a Grinch. So what we're going to experience today is something different than what we've normally experienced from Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. Good, and let me just tell y'all this too. Y'all said to me, "Hey Donald, let's see." Emmett Charles says, "Sorry, it's Facebook, not me. It's Emmett Charles. What's up, man? Okay, yeah, that came up. Like your name came up now. Thank you for hanging out with us, bro. Uh, y'all said to me. Here's what y'all said to me. Hey Donald, we have a problem with the fact that your name and your picture is the only one that's on the graphic. Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. on the graphic. I think it was Crystal Fendi Styles Clark who said it, and others of you said it. But this is what happens uh, when people get famous. So people get famous. When people get famous, this is a part of what takes place. I want to tell y'all that today, Dr. McKenzie had another engagement, another event that he couldn't make the 10 o'clock time. And he had his people call my people and say, "Hey, I know that I know
I got
that I know that Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. is normally available at 10 o'clock a.m., but he is not available at 10 o'clock a.m. He's meeting with the president, and he will not be available until 12 o'clock p.m. Can your little podcast wait until 12 p.m. so that he can make himself available?" And then he has a meeting right after the podcast where he's not going to be able to stay with y'all long. And now he has this contract that he's asked us to sign. He has a rider that's a part of the contract where he has to have all red gummy bears uh, delivered to his door, or he will not participate. This is what happens when he says all the time. He says, "Man, I don't ever want to gas your head. Your head is big enough. but what we're doing is phenomenal work. This is what happens when y'all gassed his head. Y'all gassed his head. Y'all told him that the Grown Man Podcast is not anything without him, and now he has all of these demands that he has made of us for him to appear. So why don't you explain, Dr. Leroy Mckenzie, to the people the reasons for which you were late today, and all of these demands that your people are asking of us to make for you to appear on the Grown Man Podcast.
Let's get it right. It wasn't red gummy bears. It was yellow starburst.
Yellow Starburst. So my people done told me wrong. They told me red gummy bears is actually yellow Starburst that he must have in order for him to appear.
Oh, I ain't
So
coming out. I'm, I'm gonna sit out. I'm gonna hold out for my contract. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get the Steve Harvey syndrome, or better yet, remember on Coming to America, James Earl Jones, the king. He said, "King, they're waiting. Let them wait."
talking to my son.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Let
You
them
gonna put me out there like that? That
see.
is
See,
so cool.
this is
That is
so.
so
So
cool.
you guys have witnessed it. I did not embellish. You guys have witnessed it. His whole disposition. Let them wait. So when I said, no, man, the people are waiting for us at 10 o'clock. Yeah, and Dr. McKenzie said, let them wait.
See, why you gonna go in and lie like that? You lie like a rug, bro. Let me get off here for that lightning strike. Come all the way up. Come all the way up here. No, please. I
Just
would never. I would never. I would never do the brothers nor the people like that. Not at all. Not at all. My my obligation this morning is to my family's foundation.
absolutely.
We go every well, we take turns, but this was our Friday. My mom and I, we go riding because we deliver food
Okay. Yeah.
to the students and families that are part of the community there, to give them the what are essentially the food. It's food for the weekend. It's a what's the name of the program? It's called family weekend package. But we feed the students, and it feeds like a family of four. The food does for a weekend, so that the students have some food for, and the families have some food for the weekends. Because a lot of students, for those that may not know or aren't aware, you have a lot of students where the only food that they get is at school. So on the weekends they have no food, they have no means of being able to get food. Or so my sister, with our foundation that she started back in 2018, said she wanted to do something about that. So she took on the task of starting the nonprofit that we have, which is the Mckenzie Pantry Foundation. We have a pantry in two schools, two elementary schools now, and we offer the family the weekend package for the students, as well as the pantries, where students can come into the pantries, and if there's food, or we have other things in there too, like if they need socks or shoe, we do have some tennis shoes, like that that we get donated and stuff like that, that they can get right there inside the pantry, that they can come in, and they're able to get them and get a non-perishable goods that they can get as well too, inside
That
the
really
pantry.
is dope. And for those of you that don't know, a part of what we believe, a part of uh, the tenets of Remand is that every man should be doing something for his community.
Yep.
Every man should, right? So you are a selfish kind of cat if you're not doing anything to uplift community, uplift culture. And, you know, a lot of us don't recognize that you could be much worse off than you
Right.
are right now. There's always somebody that ain't doing as well as you're doing with your arrogant self, with your entitled self, acting as if, you know, that the world owes you something. The world don't owe you anything.
Nothing.
And so I mean, just shout out. What's your sister's first name, Leroy?
Tucson.
Tucson?
Tucson. Mm-hmm.
Like Arizona?
No, it's not spelled like that. It's spelled Toussant, like the Tucson Lavashire.
Tucson.
Yeah,
Like a croissant, but Tucson.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess
Okay.
yeah.
You
Right.
see how I did that?
Yep, yep.
Pay attention.
Absolutely.
Pay attention, young puppy. Pay, pay attention.
Oh, now I'm the young pup.
Now you
Now,
know.
now I'm the young pup. Okay, now remember you said that. Remember you said that. You said that, and I got the video to prove it. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know why I said that because Leroy is matter of fact, let me do this because I think it's best that I kind of acknowledge this because I want to know exactly how many days you are older than I am.
You can put we can put it in
I'm
Google
gonna put
now.
it in.
It'll tell you,
I'm gonna
and
put it in
it'll tell
Google.
you.
I'm gonna put it in Google. Um, how many days
January 3rd.
between January 3rd and August 10th? You are officially 220 days older than I am. 220. That's almost an entire year. So
Well,
let's
you
not act
almost
like
just said
you're only like hours older than I am or a week older
almost,
than I am.
almost. Like I said before. What year were you born in?
I was born in 1970. You were born in 1969. And so you are now I was born in 69. You are officially 220 days
Yeah.
older than I am. Older than I am. Older than I
Yes,
am.
sir. Yes, sir.
Which is a part of the reason why you're wearing your hoodie. The older we get, the more bitter we are. It's almost it's
It's the funniest thing, bro. You ever watch some of the what you call it, the comedy shows, and it's always the older ones that are are
oh
hilarious.
bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And if any of you ever watch the Muppets,
Yes,
you
yeah.
ever watch those two old bitter dudes are as funny as all get out.
The
Facebook
Golden
uses
Girls was
this
funny
stat.
too. I don't know if you watched that or not, but they were funny
Who's
too.
that?
The Golden Girls with
The Golden Girl. Man, don't bring up the Golden Girls. That was my mother's
really.
favorite show, bro. In fact, we had a house full of Golden Girl stuff,
Really.
calendars, pillows. She considered herself one of the Golden Girls,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So yeah, I watched the Golden Girls, Dorothy, Blanche.
Blanche.
Yeah, yeah,
They were funny. They were funny.
yeah.
It was a bunch of them. What was the one with everybody loves Raymond? The father on there was hilarious. He was
I don't think
funny.
I've. Oh,
It's
I don't think I ever
everybody
watched Everybody
watch
Loves
that.
Raymond. Yeah.
He's funny, and even the one from King of Queens. The father on there.
You're
That
mentioning a lot of white shows, Leroy. Do you have any black examples?
all got all
Otherwise,
not Grinchy. Not to be honest, not the older bitter people.
oh
The
yeah,
other.
Boondocks. Boondocks.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Well, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Grandpa,
Boondocks,
grandpa, grandpa,
grand, grandpa,
gramps,
and
gramps.
even
Because I'm
what's
trying to
what's
think of
the
the
what's
black.
the slave movie, man? With Jamie Foxx.
Oh. That was Django
Django, right?
with
So
Sammy Jackson.
Samuel
Yeah,
L. Jackson.
Steven. Yeah,
I
he
have
was.
never wanted to hurt a character. Like I wanted to hurt that dude so bad, man.
Samuel Jackson played that part, didn't he, bro?
He played. He's
He
an excellent
did.
actor as well. I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
Samuel L.
yeah.
Jackson.
Steven was definitely one, bro. He's definitely bitter and old and everything, man. You
So
know.
those of you that are still, we still got Facebook users. Let's see. Facebook user said Leroy needs a black sitcom day. Yeah,
Oh no, I
let,
did
let
a. Well, yeah, they don't know. They don't know me. They don't know
they
me.
don't know. One of the
They
things
don't.
that you bring to this, you can't mention Boondocks and leave out Uncle Ruckus.
Uncle
Absolutely.
was
Oh,
you can't
you
do
gotta
that.
mention Uncle Ruckus.
Right there, Uncle
Who is
Ruckus.
the Facebook user? Announce yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Announce yourself. Who is the Facebook user? We don't want to take for granted. And then let StreamYard know your name. Y'all know we're gonna be on here every single day, Monday through Friday. You gotta let StreamYard know your name, right? You gotta let StreamYard know your name. So wherever you're watching from, if you go into the actual post, it will show you StreamYard and it'll ask you, do you want StreamYard to know your name? And then you can, it's a real easy process. Just click the link and then it'll allow you. We want to respect you. We want to respect you. It's pouring down rain here. It's supposed to be
Is
a
it?
storm today. Yeah.
Some places
So
they got snow, bro. I don't know where it ain't up here, but I think the
yeah.
Midwest like that they got
Crystal Fendi
snow.
Styles Clark. There you girl, Leroy. Crystal, I want to know why you have lobbied really for Leroy's picture to be on uh, the poster, the billboard, and he was late today because this is what happens. She said, "Y'all still talking from 10 a.m."
No,
We
Jay,
are
no, we
not.
are not. We
Um,
are not.
we are not. Leroy has a foundation where his family's really a dope foundation, right? The premise of it is phenomenal, where they feed people in their local community around Baltimore.
No, this is Baltimore. This is actually Baltimore City.
So he has decided
These
to
are
go
the folks
back
in
to
Baltimore City.
Baltimore and do some work in Baltimore because he doesn't live in Baltimore. So he's decided to take his talents back to Baltimore uh, because he doesn't live in Baltimore. But I think it's just really, really dope, the work that he's done. Um, Leroy, can I borrow a page from? We'll do this until 12:30, man. I want to borrow a page from another podcast that you are on, and
Okay.
I want you to launch it today. For those of you that are watching, do us a favor. We like to have new ideas, fresh ideas in the first half hour of our time together, where we like to know what y'all want us to talk about. Now, don't bring us nothing serious. We get serious when we put the hoodies up. That's when we get serious. But we want to talk about something funny. We were just talking about uh, Leroy's abandonment, really, of the black community, because he only talked about.
How y'all take my black card? I ain't even did nothing.
Yeah, you did. You did. Lynn Wells Titus, Dana's Williams, Denaz. How do I pronounce that, Lynn? How do I pronounce that? Does the helping area of Baltimore does help? I'm assuming you're saying she helps the area of Baltimore as well. That may be a partnership and collaboration to do some work together. Leroy is about collaboration. I know that for a fact about him. He is about collaboration. So that might be something that you guys want to connect with. But the first 30 minutes of our time together is always dealing with something stupid. And Leroy, let's talk about or something lighthearted. It doesn't have to be something stupid, but something lighthearted. And I know another podcast that you're on with a friend of yours. You kind of deal with black movies and so I'd like to take a page of that because you really do piss off a lot of people with some of the posts that you make, right? About who the best is. Look, Crystal, she defending you. I knew she would. Well, for the record, sir, this is a panel podcast. How you gonna tell me what my podcast is, Crystal? This is this is this is this is a panel podcast, and he has a voice. Being that he is sharing his wisdom with regard, listen to her. Being that he is sharing his wisdom with regards to manhood and also a key representative of every man, he should absolutely have picture on the billboard or on the banner. I'm doing this with a grin. this for hashtag for the record.
Yeah,
So
she did
so
declare Huxtable at the end there for the
let the record
record
show
show.
that Leroy should have because he is absolutely a valuable part of Remain overall, the vision of Remain. Everybody's got a team, right? I have a healthy respect for a brother by the name of Markel Russell, right? And he's got a brother that walks alongside of him. Leroy has rapidly become look, salute brother Leroy. This is so bad. Leroy, Crystal, did you even say good afternoon to me? Did you even say hello, or are you just talking to Leroy today? Just let me know. Just let me know how we rolling. Let me know how we rolling, and then I will govern myself accordingly, as the Baptist Church says. I will govern myself accordingly. Hey, Leroy, would you? I want you to, off the top of your head, let's talk about something blackety black, right? Let's
Okay.
talk about best athlete. Let's start some trouble. Best athlete, best female actress. Let's start some trouble. I want to give you space to start some trouble today. And let's see what our people say about whatever it is you bring up as a topic.
Well, I'll use the evening conversation that I did last night, right?
Okay.
And I had four black male artists, and you had to put them in order from opener to closer. I'm gonna give them to you: Al Green, Teddy Pendergrass, Marvin Gaye, and Barry White.
How
Who's
do
the
I,
opener?
how do I spell Pendergrass? How you spell his name?
Just put Teddy P. They know who you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
Teddy P, Al Green, Teddy P. Who else?
Yeah, Marvin Gaye and Barry White. And you got to put them in order from opener to closer. Who's the headliner? The headliner is the closer.
Barry White. All right. Here we go. So from opener to closer. So we don't have a lot. We don't have time to do it that way. So you only get
Okay,
one
okay.
choice. You only get one choice. I
You get
want
yeah. You got
y'all
to
to
pick one.
choose.
You got to pick one.
I
You got to
want you
pick
to
one of those.
choose one. Al Green, Teddy P, Marvin Gaye, Barry White.
Who's your headliner?
Who's your
We can
headliner?
do it like that. We can do it
Don't
like
don't come on here talking about, well, I choose all of them. Don't do that, because I'm gonna have
that.
to get you.
Pick one. That's what
Look,
I
look,
always
look,
tell
look,
them.
look, look at this, bro. This is Lala. This is Lala. We need a Reman Lady Day. No,
Lady
we
Day.
do not. We do not need a Reman Lady Day. We don't. I am going to have Lala on the podcast though, because I do think that she brings a perspective, particularly the frustration that can come. And this is real talk. The frustration that can come with being married to a guy like me, who is very, very driven, very ambitious. Um, what that really looks like. Look, Crystal says, I second that, Marla. Y'all can second, third, fourth. Y'all, y'all can do all that. Uh,
Mhm.
but this is the Grown Man podcast. So this is what we need y'all to do. We need y'all to who's the headliner, y'all? You got one assignment. Who's the headliner? Al Green, Teddy Pendergrass, Marvin Gaye, Barry White. Who is the headliner? I'm waiting to see what y'all say. Who's the headliner? You can only choose one. Don't come on here philosophical, la la. You can only choose one. Crystal, you can only choose one, right? Lynn, you can only choose one, right? I want to look. Al Green.
Okay. Okay.
Lala says Al Green. All right. Who else got something? What y'all got? Lala says Al Green. Um, let's see who else. Y'all not participating today. We only got 3 minutes left, y'all. I want to know.
Mine is Marvin.
I cannot stand Marvin.
Really?
I can't, man.
Oh
I can't.
wow.
I liked him until he sang the national anthem.
What? Are you kidding me? You joking right now, right? You lying, bruh. Dude. You ain't heard him sing the national anthem.
I've
We from
heard
the
him sing the
1984 All
national
Star
anthem.
game
I've
from the
heard
All
him
Star.
sing the national anthem. Marvin
Wow.
is the headliner. You got a Marvin with you. I don't know who that is, but you got a Marvin with you.
You didn't like that his rendition of the national anthem?
And then somebody says Al opens up next. Next Teddy Barry Marvin closes. Yeah. I'm assuming you only sang one time, right? The national anthem.
Yeah, that's the only time
There
he
are
he
certain. This is my issue, and
okay.
you may disagree, right? But this is my issue, man. I don't. I love our culture, bro. I love black music. I love black people. I just do. Right? We are the most creative people on the planet. Certain songs you just can't do the most with, right? Like you can't like in the church. I tell this to Lala all the time. Lala, she's apostolic, right? So so we got to listen to music, and she knows that I love listening to music. I love the old school music. See. This is what I mean. Crystal immediately says, what about Dave Hollister? He is not on the list. He's not on the list. There are only Jesus. Crystal. He's not on the list. The only persons on the list are Al Green, Teddy Pendergrass, Marvin Gaye, and Barry White. Those are the only people that you can choose from. You can't choose Hollister because he's not on the list. That's your girl, Leroy. That's your girl, right? She can't even follow the rules. So look, or Marvin Sapp. Marvin, Marvin. Crystal said, "Put it. Look, Leroy. This your girl. Put him on the list. He ain't on the list. Put him on the list. He's not on the list. So here's we're not going to entertain Crystal because she's not playing fair. So here's the deal. When Lala and I are driving, wherever we're going, I like to listen to gospel music, but I'm an old
Mm,
school gospel music guy, right? I,
okay.
I love choir music. It
Hmm.
just does something. Hey Lala, what's the name of the sister who sings "We Shall Wear a Crown" that makes me bawl every single time? I know, right? When I heard Marvin Gaye sing the national anthem, I cringed
Wow.
because he did too. Like it was just so. Uh, you know how Marvin is. Marvin just smooth. Every song is just really smooth. So let me tell you who I think did it well, and then you'll see the difference in what I like. Right. So I think Whitney did it well,
I knew you were gonna say her.
and I think what's the other sister? Oh man, she got her own talk show right now.
Jennifer Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson did it well. Both of those ladies did it well. When you start doing runs and say, I'm lost. I'm lost from the very beginning, right? Yolanda DeBerry. Man, that chick sings "We Shall Wear a Crown." She did it at a funeral. I don't know whose funeral it was, but it slays me every single time. Right? So no, no, we're not going to no, Fred Hammond's not on the list.
She gonna keep going. She gonna keep going, bro. Krista gonna keep going. She gonna keep going. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
I'm not even gonna put her comment up because she's trying to frustrate us. She's intentionally trying to frustrate us, right? So what is it about Marvin? And then we'll put the hoodies up. What is it about Marvin that you enjoyed? Now I like Marvin's music, some of it. Um, he ain't my guy, man. What is it about the national anthem that did it for you?
That was one of the, to me, this is my
Yes,
opinion, and
yes,
it is absolutely true. It was one of
yeah,
the best renditions of the Star Spangled Banner, of the national anthem I'd ever heard, and I've ever heard since then. And like you said, it is, when people do it, it is done traditionally. It
yeah,
is,
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
it's like a hymn.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like a
yeah,
hymn.
yeah, yeah.
It's like a hymn in the church. Oh, you don't mess with it. You just, but he, like you said too, what you said, he smoothed that thing out, and it was vintage Marvin. If he gonna do something, he gonna smooth it out, and I loved it. I thought it was smooth. His voice is silky soul, so it was gonna have that tone to it. It really was. Like I said, even the beat, the rhythm of it, it just I thought it was done like nobody else had
Now
done it.
that's true. It was done like nobody else ever did
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And that's
Uh,
what made it special to me, because it did have an R&B swag to it. It was vintage Marvin swag. You know what I'm saying? I think if anybody else had tried to do it, they couldn't do that like that. Even with Whitney's, like you said, even Whitney's rendition, I don't think there's too many people that could do what she did to it. You know what I'm saying?
she right. But
You know?
Jennifer's close.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
And
Jennifer.
I hadn't heard Jennifer Hudson before somebody said there's one better than what Whitney did.
Then
I think
Whitney's.
Whitney
Wow.
is the greatest of all time that did it. Like I
Mhm.
just love her rendition of it.
Right.
It is a bit more traditional, right? To
Right.
uh and so there are some songs that Lala will tell you when they come on, and Lala likes the more contemporary versions of things. And so when she has control of the radio in the car, I throw up in my mouth, man. It's just like Lala. She's like, come on, just let no, I don't want to listen to that. I don't want to listen to somebody whose run for the first word is longer than the traditional song. I don't want to listen to that, right? I think
Mhm.
I think the original versions of songs deserve respect. Some of them
Absolutely.
just deserve respect,
Mhm.
right? Um, Look, Crystal still, she's still creating her own list. Look, Ty Tribbett, Donnie McClurkin. Yeah, Crystal, they're not on the list. They're not even R&B singers. They're you you
The
you done
gospel
created a
singers. She
whole
listen to all
gospel list.
gospel. She listen to gospel singers.
Somebody said, listen, Marvin redid his own song as a Christmas song called Pretty Purple Snowflakes, which is great.
Mm.
I've not heard that. Pretty
Yeah, I've never
Purple
heard that either.
Snowflakes.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you for that. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
so who is the winner? It looks like Al Green is the winner today, bro.
Oh, Marvin had two.
Huh?
Al, yeah, Marvin had two. I thought.
Let me
I
see.
thought
Let me go
Al
back
Green
to
had one.
no,
Yeah.
Crystal said Marvin Sapp.
Okay,
she
I thought that, but I
yeah,
thought
she
somebody
said
else had
she
said
said
Marvin. Okay.
Marvin Sapp.
Okay.
Um, but Teddy opens up for one. Al Green, Lala said Al Green. Somebody said Marvin is the headliner. You said Marvin as well. So
Hmm.
there is two Marvins. And then the rest is Donnie McClurkin and right.
And Crystal,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Crystal.
Crystal kind of creating her own list. Um, and yeah, that's very true. So Al sang both genres,
Yeah, he did.
but I didn't like Al's like I his R&B is okay, but when you try to take that sound over the gospel, it just don't flow with me. Like it's just like,
There's
man,
a
leave that
couple of
over
singers that
there.
have tried to do it. You know,
Yeah, like he not a
very few can do it. I tell you, to me, the most talented that I've seen to be able to kind of go through different genres are these three artists, bro. Ray Charles, Lionel Richie, and Brian McKnight.
Brian
They
McKnight is a favorite of mine.
they can do. They did. I mean, especially Ray. Ray did
Ray,
country. He did country, R&B, blues, gospel. He was, I mean, he could write any kind of music, which was so, I mean, was so wonderful. That's what I loved about the movie Ray, because it taught me about the type of music that he did, man. And just
yeah,
to see how he was able to maneuver like that. And then I was just like, it got me to thinking about Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie has music that has that country twang to it. He had the R&B, of course, when he was with the Commodores.
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, and he could do that. I don't say the country R&B and I don't know if he didn't do jazz, but he had another genre that he was in, and Brian McKnight did the same thing. I just thought that they were
don't
three
take my
great.
black card, but I like country. I
Oh
like
no, it yeah, yes,
every
yeah.
now and
I'm
then.
with you. I'm
Uh,
with you.
there
Give me some
there's
Garth
a
Brooks.
yeah, Garth Brooks.
Little
Yeah,
Garth Brooks
man.
in there. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Lionel, totally agree with you. Brian, he cried too much.
I'm gonna have to do an evening conversation. Who cries more,
Who
Brian McKnight or
Brian
Keith Sweat?
or Keith Sweat? Keith Sweat cries more. There is nobody that cries more than Keith Sweat. And Keith
Keith,
Sweat, don't come for me. He can't sing. The
Keith
dude
cried all
cannot
the way to the bank,
sing
though, bro. Keith
at
cried all the way to the
all. Brian McKnight can sing, right? But Keith Sweat cannot sing at all. They cousins in that they cousins in that sense. Yeah, yeah.
bank.
I can't do it. All right, so let's put the hoodies up.
Let's go.
Y'all listening? It's time for us to work a little bit. And we're talking about and I'd like to hear from y'all a lot today. Leroy and I just kind of want to provide a listening ear. Um, what do y'all think? So a part of what we're addressing is finances and wealth today,
Mm.
and finances and wealth as it relates to Black men. Um, so I'd like to hear from y'all. What do you think? for your brothers, for your uncles, for your sons, right? For your fathers, for your husbands, your boyfriends. Um, what do y'all think is so let's juxtapose two different scenarios, and we can use sitcoms to do this, right? Um, everybody's view of wealth is different, right? What constitutes wealth? And so when we look at sitcoms, we had the Jeffersons moving on up,
Mm-hmm.
right? We had the Cosbys who did really, really well. And then we had Sanford and Son, where they was broke as a joke, could never get ahead. And then you had um, Good Times, couldn't head above water, making a way that you can. Temporary layoff. I used to watch it every single day till that thing just got in my spirit. I just start feeling bad, right? Like I just start feeling bad. Like James James finally get a good job and then dies,
And then kill them off. Mm-hmm.
right? JJ gets a good job. Florida is gonna live with Keith and Thelma. I mean, it's just they just never got ahead. I want to know what y'all's view of wealth is, and I want to know from our ladies and obviously from our gentlemen. But I want to start with you, Leroy. What's the importance of a black man having his financial picture together, and give us an overall idea of what wealth looks like to you, right? So if wealth is synonymous with finance for you, cool. But if it's not, kind of compartmentalize them for me and talk about the importance of black men having their financial pictures together and a black man being wealthy, however you define that.
No, well, it is important that we as black men have our finances together. Because that's it. It gives not only us, but if we're going to be leaders and go home like we talked about, there has to be this stability in our lives that we should want to have and that we must have. That's anybody. That's not just for men. That's women too. But specifically for us men, and that comes with, to me, that comes with that stability, comes with knowing those two questions that we always talk about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who are you and why are you here? Because if you
Mm-hmm.
understand your purpose, then you
Mm-hmm.
understand the skills that you need in order to be able to do what it is that you need to do. What skill sets do I need to have that's going to put me in the position in order to be able to live the lifestyle that I want? And that's what one of my mentor, Dr. Will Mullen, he talks about. He said, what is the amount of money that you want to make in order for you to be able to live the lifestyle that you want to live?
Yeah.
And you start with that premise. Okay, because if I understand, hey, I want to live this lifestyle, okay, what is it going to take financially for you to live that lifestyle in order to be able to maintain it, keep it, and everything like that? So we've got to understand those things as men. As far as wealth, bruh, Cat Williams said something in that interview with Shannon Sharp, and I don't know how many people paid attention to it. He said, "I am one of the wealthiest men on this planet." He
Yeah.
said, "Don't." He said, "But don't look at my net worth." He said, "Because if you look at that, he said I got that on me." And I was like, "He's stupid." But what he went on to say was, he said, at the end of each day, he said, I can go to sleep knowing that I have everything that I need. And if I don't have it, then I can get it, and I can, and I can have access to it. And he said, I can go to sleep knowing that I don't have anyone that owns me. That's wealth. And I was just like, I was like, wow, this dude is I'm like, he's deep because he understood it. He wasn't willing to let Hollywood define him. He wasn't willing to acquiesce to what they said they wanted him to do. And as a result, yeah, financially he might not be. And this dude gives. I mean, I don't know if people paid attention to that.
Yeah.
He's giving away a lot of money,
Yeah.
giving away a lot of money. But for the thing, he's like, I am freer than those who choose to do something to in order to be able to get the money, to get the status, to get to get the accolades and everything like that. He's like, if I got to do that, nah, that's not me. I'm gonna be. I want to own me,
Yeah.
and when you can own you, that means you're doing the thing. And we've been in corporate America, yeah. So having the ability to be able to work and do what it is that makes you feel good and not have to feel as if you have to do something because you gotta you want to be able to live a certain lifestyle. And you say it all the time, talk about you can have it all.
Yeah.
You can have it all, but you just got to be willing to work
Yeah.
at what it is that you want.
Yeah.
To me, that's wealth. But being able to have the ability, the resources to be able to do what it is that you want to do, be able to and be able to assist others in getting them to be able to do what it is that they want to do as well too. That's to me,
Yeah.
that's being a resource,
Years
at the same
ago,
time.
Leroy, do you know the name Dr. R.A. Vernon? Have you ever heard that name? Dr. R.A. Vernon pastors in
Yeah,
Cleveland,
Pastor, I forgot where his church is. Is it in Ohio?
Cleveland,
Does he
Ohio.
go to
Yes, sir.
Texas? Okay.
Dr. Alonda, what's happening, my friend?
Mhm.
Good to see you. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Good afternoon.
Um, Dr. Vernon wrote a book that was kind of in answer and a pushback to several of the things that people say about the size of churches.
Okay. Okay.
And the name of the book, man, was Size Does Matter,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Because there is still a prevailing thought that, you know, size doesn't matter with churches, that, where there are two or three gathered together. Yeah, that's not true. Size does matter. And here's why it matters because the more people that you have, particularly when they are taught well, the more you can do for community.
Hmm.
So when you have a church the size of the Word Church in Cleveland, Dr. R.A. Vernon and Victoria Vernon, or when you have a church the size of New Birth here in Atlanta with Dr. Jamal Harrison Bryant, what you're able to do, who you're able to serve, exponentially increases when you have more people and you have more resources. That's
Correct.
just the way that it is,
Yep.
right? And I say that because when we start talking about wealth, y'all, I was serving one of our clients of Remand yesterday, and a part of what I noticed about him just yesterday is he has a deserve level problem. He has a deserve level problem. He is absolutely willing to give away, has a hard time receiving because he has a deserve level problem. So we spent 2 hours broken up yesterday into two sessions addressing his deserve level.
Okay.
Here's why that's important, y'all. It's important because the reason why we want to have wealth, and wealth includes money, y'all. It just can't include, like I hear Cat when he says, you know, don't look at my net worth, because my net worth, I'm wearing that. That's vintage Cat, right? He's a comedian. He's got money. He's a comedian. He's taking a comedic approach to the question around wealth. But brothers, a part of your responsibility as a man is to set up your life as it relates to wealth is not about you. It just isn't. Your life as it relates to wealth is about setting up your life to be able to take care of your family even beyond the grave,
Mhm.
right? So when I hear wealth, Leroy, I'm talking what I'm hearing is a conversation that needs to be held about, yes, my financial picture now, and looking at to your mentor's point, what do I want my life to look like now, or what is the standard of living I want to have.
Mhm.
My business and my prices and all of those things need to reflect that, because those of you that are setting your prices based on these kind of, you're doing it arbitrarily. Like, let me just call out a number. No, your business goals have to reflect how you want to live as well, right? So a part of what we've got to discover as Black men is that we have a responsibility, yes, to take care of our families here, but I have an ongoing responsibility to Marla, to Amber, to Keisha, to Hunter, beyond here, so that when I'm buried, I leave something more than debt and funeral home expenses, right? And I think one of the conversations that we've got to begin to hold, Leroy, is that a good man, and let me just kind of say it this way. I feel a preach coming on, Leroy. Don't play with
Oh,
me.
I
If
do
you
too.
Yeah, I feel a preach coming on. Let me just take the word good man away, and let me just say a grown man. I'm going past the plate. I'm going past the plate. A grown man leaves an inheritance. And watch this. What's on a grown man's mind ain't even his kids.
Yep.
What's on a grown man's mind is his grandchildren, right? So I have three grandchildren. I've got two and one on the way, right? So I've got Anaya, Princess. We call her Princess Nana. Princess Nana is doing phenomenally well. She's in college, doing incredibly well in college. Owns her own braiding business. Phenomenal. But I'm setting up my life now where she will be taken care of when I check out of here. Now, in order for me to do that, I can't check out of here tomorrow. I can't check. Leroy, listen, I ain't ready yet.
Yeah.
I'm like Cat. I'm wearing what I got, right? I got insurance and all those kind of things, but I got to get to that place. But that's what's on my mind as a grown man. As a remand man, I'm talking about what Carson is going to have. Carson is Keishad's daughter, right? I'm talking about what Hunter is going to have. Hunter is my granddaughter that is going to be born by my son Hunter, right? So he's named his daughter after himself. I love it, right? So those three is where I'm working now. You hear me preaching? Somebody said, I hear you preaching, Doc. Listen, that thing almost came on me. So I got to calm myself down. So as a grown man, this is grown man strategy. I want to be able to set up my life. Those of you that haven't gotten the book, you should get the book. The name of the book is What Would the Rockefellers Do?
Yep.
That is the blueprint for me right now on how I'm going to set my life up using certain strategies, financial strategies, to make sure Anaya is taken care of, Carson is taken care of, and Hunter is taken care of. Unless we are willing to start having those conversations, Leroy. Now, here's what I want to offer to all of us, and I want you to talk about it as well. Uh, I want to hear from you about this, man. And we got about 15 minutes to be able to unpack this. Then we're out of here. Um, I don't know, and some of y'all check me on this because you may disagree with me as well. I don't know, Leroy, that a lot of our money issues are racially motivated
Okay.
as much as our financial issues are based in ignorance. So, what I mean by that is there are certain ways that the tax laws work. There are certain ways that you can invest, like paying yourself first, investing in some investment vehicle to be able to build your net worth over time. Like we have a tendency, bruh, of spending everything we make and then act like these laws that are on the books aren't available for everybody. They're available for everybody, right? What would you say to a brother who says, "Man, I just simply can't get ahead"? Yeah, that's exactly where I pulled it from, Dwight. Um, I simply can't get ahead. Things are challenging. White man got me down. No, 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 no. You just have a fundamental misunderstanding of how money works. Because money works the same way for everybody. It doesn't matter whether you white, black, red, green, polka dot, doesn't matter. Money works the same way for everybody. And when you understand the rules of money, then the rules of money will function for you the same way they function for a guy who's a billionaire. What do you think about that position, Leroy? Do you disagree?
Well, I somewhat disagree.
Okay,
I know my mentor. He says we don't have a wealth gap. We have an information gap, which is to what you were saying. We have
absolutely.
an information gap. The way that we as the black community were raised, a lot of us, our parents and our parents, they didn't know, so they couldn't teach us to know.
Yeah.
So that's and they didn't know because they didn't have access, and that was one of the things that they fought for, was so that we could have access
Yes.
to the information.
Yes.
Now it is upon us
Yes.
to access that information, to want
Yes.
that information, to want the skills in order to be able to move us forward. So we can't use the excuse any longer to say we don't know, because you got a whole internet out there. You got
Bruh.
a whole
Bruh. Right.
it's there. So we can't say that we don't have access to it. And so it becomes us, it becomes important for us to be able to sit down and have the conversations with our children's children, like what you were saying, with your children's children, so that they do know and that they do understand the important. This is what granddad is doing for you. This is why granddad is doing it for you. That to me, that's it goes right into what you were talking about with the what would the Rockefellers do book, and what the mindset was of that great, what was it, the great, I think the great grandfather,
Yes,
the
sir.
original one, that said, hey, I'm not only setting up my children, I need
Yes.
I need my children's children to be set up. And not only are we doing that, every generation from
Yes,
this
sir.
point forward is
Yes, sir.
responsible for doing the same thing.
Yes, sir.
We've shown you how to do it.
Yes, sir.
Now it's up to you to move forward and continue that. Just like you was just saying, it's not your children, it's your children's children. You get the opportunity to be able to set them up and let them know, hey, these are the things that I'm doing, and I want you to take what I'm showing you
Yes.
and pay that forward to the next generation of us. That's how you move. That's how you close the information gap. That's how you close the wealth gap. But there's too many of us, like you were saying, we too busy trying to wear our wealth versus creating wealth that lasts.
Absolutely.
We weren't about having the latest J's versus having stock in Nike.
Bruh, you talking right.
Those are the things that we have to have a new mindset on. And here's the thing, fellas. We talk about this all the time, and I keep saying it. You talk about well, the man is supposed to be the leader. He's supposed to be protecting and providing, and you don't even have a life insurance policy.
Right.
They got to go do a GoFundMe on you to
Right.
bury you.
Right.
What
Right.
you know? What you protecting and providing if you're not doing that? So
Absolutely right,
these
bro.
are the things that have to do with finance and wealth. And I love what you said. You said understanding how money works.
Yes.
Because money is nothing more than a tool.
Yes.
It's a resource. That's all it is, y'all.
Stay right there, man. Because there are several of you that are out there, you're intimidated by money. You're intimidated by it because you don't understand how it works.
Yep.
Right. So I just got a text, uh, great, uh, just got a text from my insurance broker just now. Hey, Donald, we need you to contact the office. Okay, great. Cause my family's covered. Like if God forbid something happened to me tomorrow, Lala good. I can't tell her that though, because she might put something in my food. But Lala's good. My children are good, right? And so I don't say that to brag. I say that because that's grown man stuff.
Yep.
Is there something? Let's be clear too. Is there something else I would rather do with the money that I'm putting into insurance policies? Yes. Yes. There. So it's not a matter of desire. Listen to me. It's a matter of discipline.
Yep.
It's I have to be willing. A part of the reason why we don't do well financially is we don't have the discipline to forego our present desires in
Yeah.
order to get where we're supposed to go.
Yeah.
Right? So Leroy said, like we don't have any excuse now. It's just that they hide everything in a book. And because you don't read,
Yep.
you don't know what's going on. And even if you don't read, get Audible. Even if you don't have Audible, go to YouTube. The information is available.
Yep.
But you got to get your financial picture together, my guy. Because one of the things that I have learned about our sisters, Leroy, and I don't believe in a brother getting his financial picture together to impress a woman.
Right. Right.
Like, get your financial picture together to satisfy you
Yep.
because it's right, not because your woman feels insecure if your money ain't right. And she does. I don't care what woman it is. Now, our ladies got their own bag and that kind of thing, but they don't want to bring their bag to a brother who can't handle because she's going to be concerned about whether or not you know merging lives with you is um going to be bad for her own life. That statement about life insurance and GoFundMe, people need to understand the importance of a life portfolio.
Yep.
Yeah. And you have to have more than you have to, I mean, start with life insurance, but you got to have more than that.
Yeah. I mean, it runs. Don't say runs the gamut, but having those conversations with your family, having a family trust, that was one of the things that the Rockefellers did, man.
Yes.
Be your own bank.
Yes.
Be your own
Yes.
bank. We fellas, we trying to get you to understand this thing to get you to where it's creating generational wealth. It ain't got nothing to, like Donald said, it ain't got nothing to do with you.
Ain't got
This,
nothing to
this
do
ain't
with
about
you.
you. This is
And
a
are you
legacy.
man enough to do that? Are you man enough to make it not about you?
Yeah.
Are you man enough to do that? Are you man enough to put something aside for generations that'll never meet you? They'll
Yep.
only meet your name. They'll be proud
Come
that you're
on.
Morton. They'll
Yes,
be
sir.
proud that you're a Mckenzie,
Yep.
right? So, but if your mindset is, shoot, I can't take it with me. I might as well spend it. Come on, man. Listen to me. You got to get out of that. And I'm not saying, because I'm not a proponent of this either. And I'd like you to talk to this, Leroy. We got about 5 minutes left. I'd like you to
Okay.
talk to this too. I'm not a proponent of leaving large sums of money to individuals. particularly individuals that you've not trained how to handle money,
Mm.
because you still aren't doing, you're still doing a disservice to them. Put it in a vehicle, let it drip out in amounts of money and a monthly allowance, but make sure that if they want a significant amount of money, that they come to Leroy's point, come to the family trust, the family bank. They can start a business so that they can generate income for themselves. No, you don't just get money because I was rich. No, 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 no. You don't get money because I was rich, right? Put something in a vehicle to help them start business or go to school, so that they are not there's not this huge weight over them, and then make them responsible for putting back into the family bank for the next generation to come and the next generation to come. Everybody's got to participate in this, right? So you can't, bruh, listen to me. And because your family doesn't know what we're talking about now, we're recently learning. Leroy's point is so spot on. We're recently learning. We don't have a history of knowing this stuff, but now we do. So you're gonna have to sit down with your family. Some of them gonna agree, some of them ain't. It's okay, right? But sit down with your family and say, hey, listen, y'all, this is the plan. This is what we're gonna do. This is an agreement that I need all of y'all to make. Every generation, you're going to do your part. We're going to put it in writing, legally, in writing.
Yep.
This is the way the Mortons are going to function from hereafter, right? Because Leroy, we just don't know a lot, but now so much is available to us that we are without excuse. Your point is right. Take these last 5 minutes, man. They're all yours. I'm going to be quiet. The importance of finance and wealth as a man.
Nah, bro. It is. It's so important that we as men understand wealth. And here's the you know how they say the folks have said the richest place on earth is the cemetery. I say nah. The richest place on earth is the library because it's where ideas live daily.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can go there
In
daily.
perpetuity. Yeah.
Yep. I got this book right here. It's called "How the Jews Invented Hollywood: An Empire of their Own," and it gives the history of how they started Hollywood.
Wow.
And it is I ain't even got like the first. I read the intro and I'm like, oh wow, because it's chronicling how the major studios that we read about or
Yes.
that we know about in Hollywood, it gives you the origin of them, why they were started, how they were started. And it shows to what you were talking about, knowing, understanding money. Don't be intimidated by it. Learn about it. Understand how it functions. That's what.
Master it.
Yeah, there you go. There it is.
Master it.
Master money. And money, like I said, money is a tool. It's nothing more than a tool and a resource to be able to use to get you to where it is that you want to be, with to do the things that you want to be able to do. We ain't talking to the dudes that's out there spending their money on J's versus putting their money away for their kids, creating a trust fund for their kids. They got 18, 20 pairs of J's, and their kid don't have no kind of college fund. That's not who we talk. We talking to. We
That's
talking
right,
to that
bro.
dude, that wants to be able to take his money. Yeah, you might not have a lot now, but put a plan together. Put a plan together of what you can do with what you do have. I promise you, owning owning real estate. How do I gain wealth? There's not one wealthy person that part of their portfolio is not real estate.
Yeah.
Own something. And if you gotta work in order to be able to do it, then you gotta work in order to be able to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But understand, and that's what our parents and grandparents, they took seriously owning what the properties that they owned. Might not have been much, but they owned it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they took care of it, and some of us, they left it to us
Yeah.
as a means to be able to gain wealth in
Let me
order to be
tell
able
you,
to
let
give
me tell you this, Leroy. My
no.
mother, this is so powerful, man. Because you just brought up something. My mother left her fully. She a G. She left her fully paid off condominium to her great granddaughter.
Wow. See? Woo!
Her great
Mm.
granddaughter inherited
Yep.
the
A
home,
house.
a house, fully paid off. There's
Now
nothing that my great niece has to do but live
that
there.
that's gangster, bro.
That's
That's
gangster,
gangster. That's gangster right there.
right? So when I talk about that chick handled her money well.
Yep.
She handled her money well, man. And so I want to take it to the next level. And I want to say, okay, y'all, as a family, this is how we gonna roll from now on.
Hmm.
Anybody want to buy in, cool. Anybody that don't, it's okay. But here's the deal. Don't come to me, hey, can I get $500? Can I get $1,000 when I'm making available to you a plan for all of us to make sure future generations are taken care of.
Yep.
The Morton name is what I hustle for now. I don't hustle for Donald. I hustle for Morton. It's all in the last name. So every generation that has my last name, the last name that my father had, the last name that my mother inherited because my dad gave us the name. My mom made the name great. I'm gonna
Ooh, I
make
like
it
that, bro.
greater.
I like that.
I'm gonna make it greater. Right. But we can't keep functioning the way that we've been functioning in times past. Leroy, last comments, man, before we take the hoodie down and clown a little more before we get out of here.
Brothers, just take your wealth, take your finances seriously. Like Don said, this is about mastery, y'all. That's the word that runs through everything that we do. It's about mastery. Master your money, master your finances, master your wealth. We haven't talked about health yet, but we'll get there too. You got to master the whole you. That includes your money. Mon-
Absolutely.
Money isn't the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. There's a difference in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, having wealth and having finances, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You should, as a
In
man, you should want
abundance, to the
that.
full, till it overflows. You gotta have money like that.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. But you got to
So
understand it and know how to do it, or it'll just flow. It'll flow right through your hands like water if you don't
it's just
understand it.
rules. It's just rules. It's
Yeah.
discipline that you guys are going to have to have. Uh, so before we go, are there any questions while we still got the hoods up, the hoodies up? Are there any questions that you want to ask Leroy and I about this particular topic? Uh, and if not, we'll take the hoodies down and we will spend these last couple of moments just kind of giving you some commercials, some stuff that's happening, some stuff that's coming up, right? Um, so, all right, hoodies down. Good conversation
Woohoo!
today. Just incredible conversation today. Listen to me, those of you, I've been making sure that we get this word out. June the 1st is coming. June 1st is coming. What is June 1st? It's Remand Day. Remand Day has been set aside, particularly in Delaware, for us to celebrate Black men and the accomplishments of Black men. And so June the 1st is our gala. It's a black tie affair. It's gonna be so nice. You got to make it to Atlanta. Come to Atlanta on June the 1st. Fly in early. Enjoy Atlanta. Enjoy the sights. Enjoy the scenes. Um, in fact, this year I'm going to enjoy Atlanta more than I've ever enjoyed Atlanta. I've been here for a minute now, but I just haven't had the opportunity to. Because I live in Douglasville. I don't. I don't live in Atlanta. So, let me put that out there before Leroy come for me. I live in Douglasville. I don't live for it in Atlanta, but he doesn't live in Baltimore. He lives in some outskirts of that you guys have never heard of. With the affluent, with those that put their pinkies up while they when they drink,
You
right?
got tea like that.
Grown man with his pinky up, right?
I know, right?
so so I want you to come to Atlanta. I want you to come a couple of days early, stay a couple of days later, or what have you, just to enjoy the space. It's a dope space. Visit Tyler Perry Studios. We've got Six Flags here if you want to go to
No,
the amusement
where
park.
is where is that Tyler Perry? Do you know what county or what that is where
I
his studio
don't.
is
If
actually
Lala's
located?
on, she knows, but I
Okay,
don't.
okay,
And I'm going to take my first trip there too. Just kind
yeah,
of tour the studios
yeah.
and see what it's all about. So put June 1st on your calendar. Tickets are $99. $99 for a ticket. It's going to be a phenomenal, phenomenal time. yeah, yeah, he in PG County. Are you in PG
Um,
County,
I,
Leroy?
I'm not in PG County. I
Yeah,
ain't nowhere near
He in
PG
Prince
County.
George's. He
That's
in Prince
DC.
George's.
That's DC. And PG is near DC, and I'm not near DC.
He from Prince George, where all the affluent people are. The people where he looks his nose down on people, right? Dwight Robinson said, "I'm from B More." All right, Dwight, my guy. So listen, I need everybody. Dwight, I need you in Atlanta, June 1st. Crystal, I need you in Atlanta, June 1st. Um, Dr. Alonda, I need you and hubby in Atlanta, June 1st, right? It's gonna be an incredible, incredible time. We have it's called the Heart and Soul of a Man. Heart, capital ART. We're gonna be having some local and national artists that are here, pieces that you can purchase, all of which give us an opportunity to raise funds for our nonprofit at Remand to be able to serve guys who genuinely want to be a part of this work but simply cannot afford it. Guys that are coming out of jail, guys that are TANF receiving guys, temporary assistance for needy families, any brothers that are challenged because they spend all their money with child support. There are a lot of guys who just can't afford it, and
Yep.
I used to be one of those guys like you afford what you want to afford. A lot of these guys just can't. They can't. And so you get a chance to help our nonprofit serve the brothers that want to be a part of this work, want to get their lives together, but just don't have a mechanism to do it. Remand is not just a mechanism, it is the mechanism to make sure brothers master life, leadership, and legacy. Secondly, if you have not ordered your copy of the Remand book, what's wrong with you?
What's
What's
wrong
wrong
with
with
them?
you? You haven't ordered the book. Dwight says, I'm there. Good, bro. We want to get everybody's ticket. It is first come, first serve. It's not a huge venue. So it is first come, first serve. I've got a list of guys that are going to be coming at invitation with me. It is invitation only for the first 100 people, and then we'll open up the floodgates, but it's not a whole lot of people that can fit in the venue. So if you're getting your ticket, get it today. How do I get my ticket? I can send you the link. So if you're a brother and you say, I want to get my ticket today, just DM me or DM Leroy. Um, Send it any way that you can so that we can lock your ticket in and lock your seat in. Um, get the book, theremandbook.com. Did you just ask me? Did you just ask me what book? This book, the Remand Book. Go to www.theremandbook.com, not
The
the Remand Book. That's not where you place the accent. It's not on the Remand Book. It's not there. It's the Remand Book.
like
Yeah,
the Ohio State
like the
University.
Ohio State University. Right. Yeah. So get your copy of the book. And if you want the merch, if you want the merch, then you got to DM me, DM Leroy for the merch as well. Listen to me. If you are a person who simply says, hey, Donald, I just want to support the work, I want to give you an opportunity to support the work. You can donate to Remand as well. Um, and we can make sure that you get that information too, so that you can donate to the work. Um, every little bit helps, y'all. Every little bit helps as we move forward. Go to www.weareremand, www.weareremand.com. You can sign up for our email list. You can also donate there. We would be absolutely honored to be able to receive your donations so that we can continue to serve the brothers that we serve. I think that's all the commercials.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
look at what Dwight said, Leroy. He understands the assignment.
Yes,
Let's all
sir.
come home. We all coming
Ooh.
home. Y'all better make room. Leave the light on. Motel 6. Leave the light on. We coming home, right? And when we come home, when we come home, let me just tell you how it's gonna be for the first couple weeks, month or so. When we come home, we coming home strong. Like things gonna be changing around here. So don't be upset with us. We it's in us. It's in us to lead. So when we come home, don't look at us like, nigga, you ain't been here for don't come here with all that nonsense. I'm just telling you, we coming home with nonsense. We are preparing brothers to come home, but they're going to be so excited about reconvening relationship that
Yep.
their natural tendency is to step into leadership role. That is their natural tendency. They just haven't known how to do it. We're going to help them, but just don't turn us off immediately. Don't be like, who you talking to? Don't don't do that to us. Just make room, leave the light on. Understand we on our way home. Leroy, last comments are yours, man. And then I'm
That's
going to eat
it.
some. I'm going to eat and prepare for my 2 o'clock meeting.
Yes, sir. No, we coming home. We can leave it there, bro. This is what it's all about. The wealth, finances, everything that we talked about. I hope everybody wrote down these five pillars that we talked about, bro, because this is so important
Yeah,
when it comes to going home.
yeah,
Everything points to that. So these five pillars, these 5 points we talking about has to do with us coming home.
yeah.
I'm gonna leave it right there.
Absolutely. Absolutely, y'all. If you are interested, if you say, you know what, I agree with what y'all said today. I just don't know how to get my finances together and I need the help. I need somebody to hold me accountable to it. You have a blessed day as well, Crystal Fendi Styles Clark. Have a great
Yes, sir.
weekend. Enjoy yourself. Um, we have programs to help you.
Hmm.
We just need you to raise your hand. We need you to raise your hand and say, you know what? I bow my knee to the reality. I bow my knee to the reality that my finances are jacked. I bow my knee to the reality my health is all over the place. My marriage is jacked. I bow my knee to the reality I want some help around getting my life together. If that's you, this whole thing is about you. We want to help you. So we love and respect y'all. We love and respect y'all. Leroy, love and respect you, man. I know that we got to talk later today
Yep. Yes, sir.
after we
Yes,
figure
sir.
out what's going on.
Yep.
Um, but I ain't sweating. Yeah, I've learned to embrace adversity. Adversity comes with every major thing. This is a part of what life brings. I tap dance on adversity.
It's that
You see
arc,
these-
baby.
It's
It's that
that
arc.
arc. I know how to face that thing every single day. It's that arc and remain. It's that mastery of the. Oh my God! Did you? I love and respect y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.
Peace.